Playing hard to get is a common dating tactic some women use, either to test a man's interest or just for the thrill of the chase. For the average guy, this can be incredibly frustrating. It creates confusion, dents his confidence, and often leads him to try even harder. He starts calling more, texting more, chasing her attention like a moth to a flame, unknowingly walking right into her trap. But Sigma males? They don't operate that way. They follow a completely different code, and that throws the whole game off balance. When a woman starts acting distant or mysterious, the average man usually becomes more persistent. He takes her silence as a challenge, his determination grows, and often, he ends up looking desperate. But a Sigma man sees through it immediately. He doesn't take the bait. Instead of reacting with urgency, he leans back and watches. He doesn't chase, doesn't panic, and doesn't beg for attention. And ironically, this unbothered attitude can drive her wild. She expects him to chase, but when he doesn't, it makes her question everything. To her, it's confusing. Why isn't he falling for the same tricks that work on everyone else? The truth is, Sigma men don't play those emotional games. They're calm, grounded, and incredibly self-aware. They don't feel the need to prove themselves or fight for someone who's clearly playing hard to get. Their peace of mind matters more than the validation of someone who's using manipulation as a test. If she's pulling away to get closer, she'll be waiting a long time. Sigma men walk their own path, and if someone doesn't meet them there with authenticity, they simply move on. You won't find a Sigma man begging. Ever. That level of desperation just isn't in his nature. While other guys might flood her phone with calls, compliments, or gifts trying to win her over, a Sigma knows his worth. He doesn't need someone else's attention to feel validated. In fact, when a woman plays hard to get, he often sees it as a red flag, a sign that she's not serious, or worse, that she enjoys stringing people along for fun. And when a Sigma picks up on that, he doesn't argue or explain. He walks. Sometimes he just smiles and walks away, literally. Calm, cool, and collected, like the main character in a movie walking away from an explosion. There's no dramatic goodbye, no final message, no sulking. Just a subtle smirk and a quiet exit. While she's still calculating her next move, he's already gone, off living his life, working on his goals, surrounding himself with people who don't play games. And, ironically, that silent exit? It makes her think about him even more. That unbothered confidence becomes his most attractive trait. Sigma men understand exactly what she's doing, but they don't react the way she expects. They recognize the pattern, the delayed replies, the fake disinterest, the effort to create suspense. But instead of getting pulled into it, they follow their own rules. They might mirror her behavior, or simply disappear. Not to punish her, but because they refuse to play a game that doesn't lead anywhere real. And that unexpected reaction often flips the script entirely. She's no longer the one in control. Now, she's the one who's intrigued. She starts wondering why he's different, what makes him tick, and why she can't stop thinking about him. When a woman acts distant, it often makes most men chase harder, and honestly, it usually works. Just not on Sigma men. These guys are like mind readers when it comes to emotional games. They see right through the tactics, and always stay one step ahead. Sigma males follow their own script, one that's completely different from what women expect. So when she starts pulling away to stir his interest, the Sigma man doesn't chase. He simply lets her go. He doesn't let her behavior affect his emotions, doesn't get caught up in drama, and certainly doesn't change his own pace just because someone's trying to control the game. That's because he's not playing her game, he's playing his own. This throws many women off. They're used to guys who double text, call nonstop, and try everything possible just to get attention. But when a Sigma steps back instead, it creates confusion and curiosity. That curiosity can drive her wild. Suddenly, the control she thought she had slips away, and he's holding the reins. The Sigma mindset is built on deep self-assurance and inner independence. Their confidence doesn't come from being validated by others. It's rooted in knowing their own worth. They don't feel the need to prove anything, and that unpredictability is exactly what keeps women interested. She can't figure him out, and that mystery keeps pulling her back. Eventually, the realization hits her. This man is different, and she's into him without even knowing why. A Sigma man never changes who he is just because a woman is playing games. He is unapologetically himself, whether she's into him or not. While other men might stress over what every message means or try to decode mixed signals, the Sigma man stays calm and consistent. He doesn't act differently to impress, nor does he lose sleep trying to win her over. His routine stays the same, his goals remain unchanged, and his mindset doesn't shift. It's like he's silently saying, "This is who I am, take it or leave it." And women notice. They're used to men bending over backward to please them, but not this guy. He stands his ground. If she's playing hard to get, that's her move, not his problem. He's too focused on his life to let emotional games steer him off course. And what happens more often than not? She becomes even more curious. His consistency, confidence, and authenticity set him apart. This isn't a tactic, it's just who he is. He doesn't force anything, doesn't wear a mask, and certainly doesn't chase. He's simply himself. And in a world full of people pretending, that kind of honesty is magnetic. While she's playing games, he's living his truth. That's the game changer. Sigma men also have a unique sense of timing. They don't believe in chasing anyone who doesn't show genuine interest. They trust that if something is meant to be, it will come to them. Picture someone trying to catch a cat. The more you chase it, the more it runs away. But if you sit still with a little food in your hand, it eventually comes over. That's how Sigma men handle women who play hard to get. They don't chase. They don't stress. They simply go about their lives, knowing that if someone is truly meant to be part of their story, she'll come around in her own time. And this calm confidence often drives women crazy. Women are so used to men running after them like it's a race that when a Sigma doesn't react, it short-circuits their expectations. His mystery becomes part of his charm. He doesn't ignore her out of coldness. He simply isn't desperate. His laid-back approach doesn't push her away. It often draws her in. Because at the end of the day, Sigma men aren't interested in games. They're interested in something real. And if it's meant to be, it'll happen, no chase required.